certainly want to get ready tactically and be in the best form that you can to start the season. The reality is I'm hoping that we're just scratching the surface of the team that we're going to be. But I think we're in a good spot, 5 weeks in. And, the guys I think are ready. You can see it. They're ready to start playing for points, playing in games that mean something. But the number one positive for me is we come through the preseason more healthy than we were when we started. So we have no new injuries, and some of the guys that were injured are now healthy. Diego Valeri, good example, got a good solid 60 minutes in, looked very good, and he's just going to keep getting more fit and more sharp, and that's a huge positive. There's some things still we need to clean up, but this group's ready. I think the mentality, as you said, in both games and on the weekends, San Jose in this game was very good. I think both games were physical. That's what you want to get ready for the season. You want to play good teams. You want to play teams that are fighting you tooth and nail, and we got that in both games. So I thought we managed it pretty well overall. Tough a little bit to give up the late goal on a PK, but in the end, if you can't win, then you better not lose. We're always going to try to win every game, but if you can't win, then at least get a point out of it.
No, I think today was a good game in the attack, in defense too. I think we had the ball, we had some chances, so we have to be better. But I think it's a long season, and we will be better every day. For me, it was good. 60 minutes starter, so I'm happy about that because it was a long rehab. So I'm happy. I'm ready to in the next week.
We've definitely fine-tuned it in the last week or two. The thing we continue to talk about is you start to worry if you're not creating chances. And the reality is we have created the chances, and when the season comes, hopefully we can do a bit better, because I think tonight we get the first goal, we start the game well, but can we get that second one and possibly even the third one if we get the second one, because we felt like they were on their heels a little bit once we got the first goal. We expected a physical game, especially against San Jose, but this one probably was the most physical game that we've had all preseason, and that's probably to be expected at this point of the at this point of preseason with a week before the opener. Everyone wants to be firing on all cylinders, and that's part of it, especially we're rivalry teams, and there's no there's no love lost between these two clubs. So anytime we play, whether it's an exhibition game in preseason or if it's a regular season game, both teams are going to want to win. I think that's what you saw tonight.
That's the toughest part of this game, is scoring goals, and you see it at every level. Best players in the world, best teams in the world go through games where they struggle to score, struggle to create. I was pleased in the second half that we took a few more chances, and they weren't on target, but they were close. So you don't always want to evaluate the shots based on whether or not they were on target or not, because you could miss, obviously, the post by a few inches. Sometimes you could put it on target, but it's 30 yards away. That's not a good chance. But I was pleased that Gaston, Darlington started to pull the trigger a little bit. The reality is we have some very creative players that help us keep the ball, but it's important that we're always balancing the two P's, possession versus penetration. And in the final third, it's about penetration. It's about going to goal. And guys like Valeri, Nagbe, and Gaston, they need to always remind themselves that in the final third, they need to go to goal. And I thought in that second half they did. The goals will fall. I'm not worried about that. We're getting chances. If we weren't getting chances, I'd be worried. But we're going to score plenty of goals.